Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Robin and this is my FlossTube channel, Lady Robins. Welcome to all of you. If you are a returning friend and subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new viewer and possibly friend and subscriber, welcome to you as well. I am very, very happy to have you all here with me today. It is Wednesday. It is the 9th of August, and I have absolutely no idea what FlossTube number this is. I forgot to look it up before I hit play, but I decided to, it doesn't matter. It's not that important, right? Numbers are numbers, whatever they are, right? In case you're wondering what this is all about, this is a channel where I talk about when I'm cross stitching, my love of my hobby of cross stitch. So I hope that you will stick around, that you'll like, you'll subscribe, you'll comment, do all those YouTube things, and we can talk about this amazing craft that gives me so much joy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget, if you're interested, I'm also on Instagram, same name, Lady Robin. So you can follow me on 2 social media platforms if you're interested. Okay, I remembered this time, last time I forgot to do a mug of the day. So I am addicted to those old Starbucks You Are Here mugs, and today I pulled this one out of my cabinet, and this is Waikiki. If you're watching the news, you know that there are horrible wildfires happening over on the big island of Hawaii and also the island of Maui, and so I can hardly talk about it. I get all choked up. So I'm thinking about you guys. Thinking about you. If I have viewers from our 50th state, my heart goes out to you. Okay, what's in the mug? Vanilla latte, the classic, of course. I couldn't even be bothered to make anything interesting. It's just plain old vanilla latte. All right, so let's have a drink, then we'll settle in and talk about some stitching. Good stuff. Okay, so last time when we got together, I had a number of finishes and things that I probably should have sat down and FFO'd, but I just didn't get around to it. So I'm going to show you the things that I have stitched on, and I do have a couple of book recommendations for you. So if you're wondering what I'm reading, don't click off too fast, because I will share that with you. Okay, I have been doing all of the Snowflower Diaries Joyful World pieces, and they're a monthly series, and I have 2 left to do. I have September and December, and so because they're freebies, I can show you the chart. So this is September, cute little owls, and yeah, I am making really great progress on this. So there's my owls, and I've got, I don't know what that's supposed to be, if it's grass or, just a decorative whatever, but I'm feeling really happy about my progress, because at this point, there's just a few little leaves, there's some birds, September, and then that big Art Deco border going around. So I'm over halfway. I think I'm over halfway. So I will definitely have that done in time for September. And that is making me really happy. I love that idea that it'll be up and ready to go. So here we are, Snowflower Diaries Joyful World. I'm using all of the called for fancy floss when I have them. And I had most of them for the owls. So, if you're pulling this up and wondering, yeah, I'm just doing the called for, and then I am stitching it on 32 count Lakeside linen vintage butter pecan, and I've done all of them on the same fabrics, so they all match. So that's super fun. I'm really happy with my progress, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of a hoop mark. My white stitches looked so terrible when I was stitching them in hand that I finally gave in. I've got some hoops sitting in my craft room, so I broke out a nice Nerge hoop, and so I I ended up stitching all those white stitches through a hoop so that they were flat and they were as precise as I could make them. So I'm pretty happy with how the bellies of the owls turned out. So yeah, see, I can learn new things. Normally, as you know, I stitch in hand, but I had to break out a hoop for all those white stitches. I could, you know, I mean, when you stitch in hand, you know, the linen isn't very tight, and so it's a little floppy, and so things, you know, things distort a little bit. And I always think, well, most of that comes out when I stretch it, especially when I frame things, and not so much when I do the pillow finishes. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna break out a hoop, and it worked fine. It worked great. I will admit, it was kind of satisfying, but I don't think I'm going to become a hoop stitcher. But for that piece, I was okay with doing that. So that's the first thing that I stitched on. Let's see. The next thing I want to show you is, where'd it go? It's not like I have that much stuff on the desk, you guys. Oh, this. I have picked back up Huckleberry Farm, and this is actually one of my August whip go calls. So I am working on Huckleberry Farm, and man, I would really like to, you know, get a good progress on this one. So what I'm hoping is, to get this whole line done by the end of August. So then, excuse me, itchy nose. So then I will, you know, maybe divide up the rest of it. So I'll do some each month. So maybe by December it'll be finished, because that would be great. So anyway, here, this is Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower, and I love it. And I am stitching this with all the called for floss. I'm stitching it 1/2 on a 36 count fabric by Be Stitch Me called Huckleberry. So here is my progress on Huckleberry Farm. Now, something happened. Something always happens, right? Something happened though down here. Can you see this? I have got this little motif is way over too far, because when I started stitching the butterfly, the wing, you know, pushed into that motif, and there's really no way to fudge around it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that out, and I'm gonna count and see if I have enough space to slide it over and put it back in. If not, there are so many little motifs and things in here, you know, I might just fudge something in there. I might just pull something from another part and put it right in there. We'll see what I do. But anyway, I don't know what happened. But it's kind of important that the butterfly be exactly where it is, because the antenna on the butterfly, can you see that? It goes on either side of the V. So I can't like slide the butterfly over. It's gotta be right smack dab underneath that V. So I'm just gonna have to monkey with this little bit. So, you know, who knows what I did. I don't know where I got off, but it's definitely, I'm definitely not going to be able to leave it. I think I've got enough room to shove it over, but I want to count first before I do that, because, you know, there are so many, you know, cute little elements in here that if it turns out I don't have enough room, I'm sure I can find something else to put in there. So I'm not all that worried about it. But anyway, that's where I am on Huckleberry Farm. So, you know, with having to redo that motif, you know, I've got a lot of work ahead of me if I'm going to make my goal of finishing that whole line by the end of August. But I really want to get there, because I've been stitching on this for 2.5 yeah, 2.5 years. I really want to finish that. So that is my progress on Huckleberry Farm. Now with my other whip go piece is by Satsuma Street, which is so exciting because I have signed up for the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit put on by Acorns and Threads in September. And I found out last week all of the in-person slots are full. However, they still have Zoom openings. So if you want to attend Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, Zoom is still an option for you. So call Acorns and get yourself registered, because guess who's going to be there? Jody Rice of Satsuma Street, who I think she's a genius with color. So I am really excited to be in the same room as Jody Rice. I might become a complete fangirl and not be able to talk to her because I really look up to her that much. I just think she's amazing. So let's see if I've got a picture of this guy. Yes. Okay. So here is what it'll look like when it's finished. So when I picked this up right at the end of July, and then my August Whip Go is called, and this is on August Whip Go. So what I was able to accomplish so far is I finished 2 boxes. So when I picked this up, let me just hold it up so you can see, I had, I've got the whole grid in, right? But none of the last 4 boxes are filled in. So I have filled in kind of the beautiful reindeer and the present. And so I just have 2 more boxes to fill in, and I am 100% confident I will have this done by Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. And so I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it and show off to Jody, like, look, I did a thing that you designed. But I just think it looks fantastic. I love everything about this. It is all charted in DMC, and there's a joy for me in working with DMC. It's like I don't have to worry about the variegation. I can do, this is 2/2. This is on a 38 count, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I can do a loop start. It's my beloved 2/2. And it just stitches up so easy. It's just, for me, it's a super easy, enjoyable stitch. There are color changes, but it's not so fiddly that I feel like I'm always changing colors, because there are some pretty, there are some pretty big blocks of color in some of these. So anyway, yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying that, and I'm excited to be heading towards a finish. So I just have the little candle, and then the Christmas stocking. So those are the last 2 elements I need to finish, and then I'll be done on Noel Sampler by Satsuma Street, and then my husband can frame it. He's like, have you finished anything yet? No, dear, not yet. I don't finish as many things as you think. So, like, in case you're new here, he has gone great guns on taking picture frames that we find at Goodwill and resizing them to fit my cross stitch and repainting them if they need repainting. He is having an absolute blast doing that, and let me tell you, we're saving a ton of money with not having to custom frame things. So it's really great. And he doesn't have a million tools, he doesn't have lots of money invested in this, but the tools that he have are perfect for the job, and it's just bringing him joy. It's bringing me joy. So anyway, that's where we're at on Noel Sampler. Let's see here. The last thing that I stitched on between videos is a blackbird. I am stitching on a little tiny chart called Without a Mouse. And this is a monochromatic piece. I love it. I need to get back to it. It got quite a bit of love a couple of weeks ago, and I'll tell you why at the end of the video, in case you want to piece out on, you know, the whole personal update bit. But here I am on Without a Mouse. So when I picked this up, I had the border about halfway, so I finished both sides. And yes, this is not a mistake. This is supposed to be empty. I didn't make a mistake, and then went all the way across. And then if you follow me on Instagram, I crowed like a crazy person. Oh, my borders match. It's the first time I've done borders. I understand that terror. And I guess what I should have said is it's the first time I've done maybe a fancy border, because like the Satsuma Street Noel sampler, it's, you know, it's kind of got a grid border, but you know, there's not much chance that you're not going to make those meet. This is like my first super duper fancy border, and it matched. So I had a really great time stitching on this, and I just loved it. It was great. It probably will be a little bit till I get back to it, because I've got to finish September Snowflower Diary. I definitely I'm gonna finish Noel Sampler before next month, when Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit is. So anyway, that's what I stitched on, you guys. I feel like I made fairly good progress. I do have a few new treasures that have joined me here in my craft room, so I thought I would show those. Last Saturday, I attended the Friend Stitch virtual retreat that's put on by Heart and Hand and Plum Street, Bent Creek. And so by now, everybody should have opened their boxes, but if you've got a box and for some reason you haven't opened it, look away, because I'm going to just quickly show you what was in my box for the Halloween pop-up event from Friend Stitch. So we have a few charts. This is a collaboration between Bent Creek and Heart and Hand, and it just couldn't be sweeter. We also received an exclusive design by Amy Brucken, and she talked to us for maybe 20 minutes. She's a delight, and she was so much fun to listen to her as she, you know, talks a little bit about her stitching journey and how she became a designer. I thoroughly enjoyed that. We also received a third pattern, and it's called The Crow. Isn't that sweet? And then they also gave us the hoop for finishing, and then this clever little bit will go in the back of the hoop. So instead of, you know, normally you glue like felt or, you know, beautiful craft paper over the back of it. No, they designed this to pop in to the back to finish the back of your hoop. And I think this is a brilliant idea. I would purchase these things over and over again. I'm not a big, I don't think I've ever done a hoop finish, just because I always think, well, they don't look all that professional when they're done up on the wall, and I don't know why it bugs me, but you know, I just don't like seeing all that cinched stuff and knowing it's back there. But that I would totally do that over and over again. Okay, so that was the patterns. You have the option of buying the fabric, so I did, this is 32 count vintage Stormy Night linen. So I got that. And then your box also came with all of the floss, and it's all classic colorworks. They're just gorgeous. And there should be enough floss to do all of the pieces that came in the box. So that was great. We got a cute little tote bag with their design on it, and of course candy, because Halloween, how can you not have candy? So and then, you know, a few other little bits and bobs that were fun but not stitching related, so I'm not gonna, you know, drag those out and make you look at all that stuff. So that was Friend Stitch, and I love everything by those designers, so that was really fun. The other thing that I purchased is I called Shepherd's Bush, and I got the picture frames, and I haven't even opened them, so let's do that together. I got the frames for both Summer Notes and Autumn Notes. And I haven't started Autumn Notes yet, but you know that I'll have to do that right away. So here we go. Ah. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the frame for Summer Notes. So now that I have this just showed up in my mailbox yesterday, so I have not had a chance to fully finish Summer Notes, but now that I've got the frame, I will be doing that. And then this is the frame for the Autumn Notes. So I also bought the chart for Autumn Notes because I did not have that, along with the little button pack. And then I had bought New Year's Notes when I was at the attic a few, gosh, it's over a month ago now, right? Month and a half. Anyway, I bought New Year's Notes, and they didn't have the little button pack, so I got the second button pack for the New Year's Notes. So I'm continuing on with my finish a note, start a note for 2023, and yeah, that's super fun. And then I think that's all I bought. Yeah, that's it. That's all the things that have joined me in the craft room. Okay, a couple of book recommendations for you. We are just charging along, but that's okay. I'm about a third of the way into this. Finley Donovan is killing it. This is a first in a series, and this is hysterical. I wasn't exactly sure that I liked Finley at the beginning of the book, but now that I'm into the book, oh, I'm all in. I'm all in. You know me. I love a good mystery. This is a good mystery. It's a mystery within a mystery. So Finley Donovan is killing it. It's a good light read, so I would highly recommend that. I didn't bring my iPad. I apologize for that. I am listening to, on Libby from my library, a book called I Swear Politics is Messier Than My Minivan by Katie Porter. So if you need a good nonfiction, I am thoroughly enjoying listening to Katie Porter talk about being a new congresswoman and things that I didn't know, things that maybe I should have known. It's funny, it's engaging, and it's informative. Those are three great things. What better things can you say about a book than that? So again, I Swear My Minivan is Messier Than Politics by Katie Porter. I'm listening to it on Libby, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. So those are the two things that I am reading right now. Okay, so life updates. I got a lot of work done on the Without a Mouse because I ended up having myself a little medical emergency and ended up in the hospital for 3.5 days. So anyway, issues with kidneys, you know, new struggles, new challenges with managing all of that. So I'm back. I'm doing better. I still don't quite have my stamina back. But I think because of this, there's more testing that I'm going to have to go through. Just, you know, think good thoughts for me. I'm going to have to do some tests that I don't want to do, you know, sticky in tubes and scans and all that sort of stuff, which is never fun for me and probably for most of you. So just, you know, send me your good thoughts and your prayers and all that stuff, because I'm not looking forward to what I'm going to have to do in the upcoming weeks. So anyway, that's why I got so much stitching done, because between, you know, hurry up and do this thing and then wait forever, I had lots of time to stitch. In fact, at one point, one of the nurses came in and she said, "Don't you watch TV?" And I'm like, "Well, I do, except I'm stitching right now, and if I have the TV on something that I haven't watched before, I miscount and then I have to pull it out, so I'm happier with it off." I'm sure they thought I was a very odd duck, but I did follow the ABCs. Always bring stitching. And a monochromatic piece is absolutely the best thing you can stitch when you're in a situation like that, because I don't have to worry about changing floss colors. It's just one color. So Without a Mouse was a perfect when you're hanging out in the hospital stitch. So anyway, there you have it. Little life update. The other things that have been going on around here, my son has a job. He has his first job, you guys, and it's so exciting. He goes through orientation, and then he'll get his schedule, and then he's got about 7 weeks until college classes start. We start super late. It's like when I hear people talking about their kids, you know, going back to the first day of school, I'm like, but it's August. And it's not just, you know, it's not like it's the 30th of August. It's like the 3rd of August. What are you guys doing? Because college starts on the 27th of September here in Washington. They start the last Monday in September. It's just the way it is. It's been that way since I went to college. It's never changed. I guess it's because, you know, at least in, you know, our side of the state, in a more rural, you know, urban, you know, city area, you know, you don't need the kids to, you know, help bring in the harvest. So yeah, we can goof around all summer long. So for me, summer doesn't really end until October. Yeah, when the kids go back to school, then summer's over. Well, really, we have a good October. Anyway, that's what's been going on around here. I hope you enjoyed my stitching. Let me know what you are stitching, what is bringing you joy. So that's it for me, you guys. Have an absolutely great day. I will catch you in a few weeks, 2 or 3, depending on, you know, how things fall. And I am wishing you happy stitching. Stitch happy, my friends. I will see you later. Okay, bye.